do you believe that LaMelo Ball should still win Rookie of the Year despite the fact that he'll miss 31 games?
It depends upon how Anthony Edwards finishes the season, brother. I really do. I think it's going to be a two-headed race between those two. And I got to tell you, though, I think LaMelo Ball definitely has it locked up right now. But if Anthony Edwards plays the way he's played over the last 2 weeks, if he shows consistency in doing that, dropping 38, 39, having those crazy dunks where he comes down the lane, he's banging on people, it's going to get really, really close and really tight. Because he has – I've been calling him Baby Keyshawn for a while. He has the personality. Like, he loves to talk and loves to mess with people and loves to talk trash to you. Oh, he's so Baby Key, Bart. It's ridiculous. And look just like Keyshawn, too, in the face.
He does, yeah, face.
But he's not afraid to come down the lane and pipe it on you. And he is that Donovan Mitchell type, that D-Wade type, too, that if he gets going, man, for a bad team – now, granted, Charlotte's a lot better of a team than what Minnesota is.
They're in the playoff race. Minnesota's the worst team in the league.
I agree, but if Charlotte still ends up in the playoff race without LaMelo Ball,
fair. I
don't know. You know, if they drop all the way out, okay, I hear that. But they still up in that same spot. I'm like, if Anthony Edwards plays extremely well on a bad team, it's going to make it close. I still think LaMelo has the edge. I'm just saying Anthony Edwards has a ton of room for growth with the way he's played recently.
Well, speaking of the ball, brothers, right? It's another ball that we think can help some teams win. Yeah, phrasing. You know, that we think can help some teams win. It could be on the block because we don't see that the Pelicans are going to pick them up. Who do you think potentially could be some suitors for Lonzo Ball, and who can be that player that is a power move that can put a team over the edge like Rasheed Wallace did my Pistons, that can take that team from a contender or pretender to a contender?
Good question.
Well, for Lonzo, I see a couple scenarios. I definitely see the Knicks as one legitimate scenario, right? Like, frankly, like the way even having like the point guards, Emmanuel Quickly and D Rose, like I just like the way Lonzo Ball defends. He defends, and he's a playmaker. He makes the game easy for people. There needs to be somebody in a Knicks team that makes the game easy for everybody, right? Buckets sometimes seem hard to get. Can you confirm that for me, Alan? I've only watched a few Knicks games, but I feel like every time I watch a Knicks game, I'm like, man, it's like there's nobody that makes the game easy. Can you confirm that?
I can, because especially in the final 2 minutes of a half and a game. And that's when you need the guy that can play.
ISO Randall,
he has to. He has no choice, but everybody's going to double him, and that's just their offense really does stall late in games, and a lot of it has to do with these last couple of games. The game in Brooklyn, they had to come back. They needed some big possessions. They just couldn't run offense. Same thing happened against the Sixers. Against good defensive teams like the Sixers, forget about it. But like that is a major issue. I think Lonzo Ball will be a great fit with the Knicks, a playmaker, a guy that's not going to be overwhelmed by New York, a gym rat who would fit in with them as well, and the fact that he also defends, that's big as well. So I'd love
and
that.
And there's something about when he gets rebounds, though, it's kind of very similar to LeBron. Like, his ability to kick the ball ahead, just makes the game easy. And, Bart, to answer the second part of your question, I would say Kyle Lowry. Like, if Kyle Lowry were to go to the Miami Heat, if they were to maybe on the buyout market get a guy like LaMarcus Aldridge, we might be talking about the Miami Heat, essentially battling for the Eastern Conference Finals with the Brooklyn Nets. We really might.
Now, do you think that
talk about extreme opposites? Those two teams.
Yeah, but do you think that Pat? Do you think that Pat is a guy that'll get it done? Do you think that he believes after what this team did in the bubble last year, where he go all in for Aldridge and to be able to make a trade and give up maybe a young star for an old dog?
Well, I mean, for Kyle, even though he's 36, like I will say this, like, and I love Tyler Hero as a young asset, but like. I think Duncan Robinson fits way better with the style in which they play. Like, I don't know if I see Tyler Hero being a guy that drops 25 points every single game. I see him I love him as a player. I think he's a beast. But I see Duncan Robinson being more of a piece that can play off the way that you want to play with Jimmy and with the Kyle Lowry and with the LaMarcus Aldridge if you're able to get that one done. Because I think that puts them into the conversation of battling for the East. Right? And granted, they have had some issues this year with COVID and things of that sort. So, I think if you're able to make those – I think Kyle Lowry brings a certain toughness. And I would not want to see him and Jimmy Butler in the same backcourt. The same way I wouldn't want to see Kyle Lowry and, Paul George and Kawhi Leonard in the same backcourt if the Clippers were able to try to pull that off. I think that he's a guy that can be an additive piece to a championship contender team.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.